It's us once again.
Hello!
Hi!
Welcome back. Thank you for watching again.
For sticking around. We appreciate it.
Thanks to everybody who subscribed so far.
Thank
you guys are cool.
We appreciate it.
Today, we're going to be drinking wine that I've never had before. Looks like it's called 19 Crimes That Vanished. And it kind of reminds me of like Azkaban. It's kind of spooky to go with our
It's like a photo that you find like in an abandoned asylum or...
And now we're going to pour it on the camera.
Yeah, whoa!
So yeah, we'll see if it's good. I guess we can try it now.
Oh, we're going to go ahead and clink our little...
There we go. Ooh!
Oh man, that's smooth. That's
like
really good.
It looks like blood. It's red wine.
Which, I normally don't drink red wine, but that's really good. I like that a lot.
Oh no, I spilled a little baby bit right there.
That's okay. It looked like blood. Looks like the blood's like or the bat.
Cool. So yeah, sit down and hang out with us for the next.
Get some candy corn because it's a spooky episode today. Ooh, spooky.
All right, so to kick this off, what have you been doing lately?
I've been reading, I mean, you know this, but I've been reading it because I want to go. I've never read it before, and I want to read it before the new movie comes out, and I've only ever read Carrie by Stephen King, and it was really good. Stephen King's one of those authors where I'm getting used to it now, but it's like, I think I enjoy, like, his stories more than his actual writing, because I've seen, like, a lot of his, like, the movies that have been made, but I haven't read any of them. It's like the stories are like entertaining to me, but I've tried to read other ones, I just couldn't get through it. So, but it's like finally I'm getting used to his style of writing, and so it's been getting really good. It's kind of spooky. I've been having dreams about Pennywise lately, so that's been pretty cool, I guess. But that's all I've really been up to. I haven't really done anything major. I've been sleeping a lot.
That sounds great.
It has been. I didn't wake up till like 11 today.
I woke up at 5.
I even woke up and was like, Julie's been up for like hours by now.
And this is like the first time we've really like sat down to actually talk for a while. Probably since the last time we actually did this, like a month ago.
I think so, because it's like we see each other at work, but there's no time to like talk.
Just kind of in passing.
Yeah.
So we haven't really hung out
in like a long time.
There's just so much to catch up on.
So much tea to be spout.
Oh my god. Or wine in my case.
Wine to spill the tea.
Whoops. I saw Baby Driver 3 times.
Yes.
Over the course of 6 days.
Yes.
I have a problem. I need help.
Go on.
I can't, like, it's just, I'm having, like, severe withdrawals. Like, I feel like I need to be watching it. Because, I went all that time, like, watching it every other day, pretty much. And now I'm just like, I need it in my life. But, I don't think I told you, but, I won an auction for the costumes.
You finally won something?
Yeah.
What did you win?
I won a costume that C.J. Jones wore. He is a deaf actor, and he played a deaf character in the movie. It's kind of cool because I was reading an interview with him, and he said it's probably the first time like an African American deaf person has played like a major role in a film.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, and he contracted meningitis when he was a child, so he actually spent like some of his time like speaking and hearing and stuff like that. So he actually does talk, but it's not like and he like contracted when he was like 7, so he has like 7 years experience like hearing, so I think that maybe helped him. But he does sign language. He's actually a comedian too. There's some stuff on YouTube of his comedy, and it's really good.
I'll have to look that stuff up sometime.
Yeah, and then I won a sweatshirt that like one of the extras wore. But it was really cool because I finally won. I've been trying for like over a month to try to get these outfits and costumes from the set. It's from like their official page, so it's not like some rando person's like, hey, this outfit was worn in the movie that you like, But I was really upset because I wanted C.J. Jones's costumes because I really liked his character, and I was winning on 2 auctions of his costumes, and literally someone swooped in at the last second. Like, the auction was over at $342. Someone overbid me by $1 at $341.59.
Cool. Let's find out where they live.
I was really upset. And I'm like, I hope it's someone who's a fan and someone who's not going to just turn it around and sell it for more expensive, because that's already been happening on eBay.
That's so sad.
People have been buying the outfits from this official auction, and they've been flipping it and selling it for $300 or $400 more than what they spent. Like, so there was a John Hamm costume that was really cool, and they were selling it for $1,500. And they probably got it for maybe $600 or something on the auction, maybe more. But
I would pay for that if John Hamm wore it.
Yeah,
I'd just smell it every day.
Yeah, I actually tried to win some John Hamm costumes for you, but I just kept getting outbid, and it was
I
getting to the point
appreciate
where
that.
it was just like I couldn't spend. Like, you're definitely worth hundreds and hundreds of
but
dollars.
when you don't have,
but I don't have that kind of money. Like the costume that I won yesterday was $25.
Oh yeah, see that's
I can afford that. That's fine. I'm also reading it. I've kind of put it down for a few days. I've already read it, so it's not like I'm reading it for the first time. It's just kind of like a refresher course. I want to try to get it done before the movie starts. That's not gonna happen.
I know, right? I was supposed to read 30 pages a day, and to get done before then, it's not gonna happen.
But it's still great, and I have like my It tattoo, which I don't know if you guys, you can see it. But I got it about 4 years ago, after I met one of the actors from It.
Wait,
Stanley.
what?
Yeah, Stan.
Yeah, the adult version or the kid version?
The adult version.
What?
I met him at a convention. It was actually almost 4 years ago to the day.
That's crazy.
Because he was in The Thing, and there was like a big Thing reunion.
Oh, okay.
But I went up to him and I was like, I grew up with you because I watched It when I was 6 when it came out. I was too young to watch it, but traumatizing. But he was Uncle Phil in My Girl.
What?
Did you see My Girl?
Yeah,
okay.
Both of them.
Yeah, he played Uncle Phil.
Okay.
And
I feel like I need to go revisit all of these things.
Oh, so good. But I told him I felt like he was kind of like my uncle because I was the same age as Veda.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that, and I could tell he was touched his heart. And we were talking about the girl that played Veda because she's in that Veep show, and he was saying how she's really awesome.
Right, she is.
Yeah, and so I had him sign a picture for me, and I got a picture with him. I was like, "Can I give you a hug?" Just because I wanted to give him a hug. He's like, "Oh, of course." So I gave him a hug, and then he's like, "Hold on, come here." And I was like, so I got closer to him. Actually, I sat on his lap.
Oh, that's turned into from uncle to daddy.
It was just like a sweet moment, It was just like it was this cool adult, and I just it's like almost like family, and
How long have you guys been married now?
Well, but he was like, "Come here," and he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and I was like, I almost started crying. I was like so emotional, and I started to walk away. I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you!" And then he was like, I was walking with my friends. He's like, "Hey, Julie, here." And he gave me a free autograph saying to Julie XOXO Uncle Phil.
Oh my gosh, that's the precious thing. The most precious thing.
It made me want to cry. It makes me want to cry just revisiting it because it was just so sweet. And I had him actually sign the picture of his head in the freezer or the refrigerator when they open it later on.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
He was really, really nice. And I was like, I want to meet him again. So after that weekend was over, on that Monday I actually got this tattoo.
Oh, nice.
Because in the thing,
he's the one who writes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for Uncle Phil, Richard Mazer.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's precious.
He was so nice. I want him to come around again because I want to meet him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember me? He'd be like, no.
He'd be like,
who are you?
Who are you?
You winch.
Who are you? Who are you?
Also, those are good. I've been reading Life as We Knew It, and I don't know if I've talked to you about it before, but
that sounds kind of.
That's kind of taken over my life because the eclipse is coming up, so now I want to read stuff about the moon. And it's basically there's a big event that's going to happen. Asteroid's going to hit the moon, and it was just not really a big deal, but when it hits, it blows it out of orbit, and it becomes closer to the Earth, and the tides and stuff are big with the moon, so tsunamis and all these things are happening. It's the end of the world.
Yeah.
They don't have electricity anymore. There's volcanoes that could erupt from under the ground. So it's basically them trying to survive this apocalypse. And my coworker read it and was like, "You're gonna need therapy after you finish the first book." So it's a series of 4 books. I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait! It's really good. It's giving me weird dreams about the end of the world."
Oh God.
It's Life as We Knew It by Susan Phillips, I think. It's a young adult.
Oh, I think I remember you talking about that one.
It's a teen series, but it's good. That's real good. Yeah, Baby Driver. Go watch it. By the time this is like uploaded, it's probably gonna be out on DVD.
Probably.
But it's so good. I just can't stop thinking about it. I like I'm gonna go to Atlanta in a few weeks, and I really want to get a tattoo from Baby Driver there.
What'd you get?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
I'm already gonna get a tattoo, but not Baby Driver.
Yeah.
But it takes place in Atlanta. It was like filmed fully in Atlanta, so that'd be kind of cool to like get a tattoo. We'll see.
You gotta go visit everywhere where they went.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go see the spots. Okay, and do you have any Nicole news?
Oh, so I told you just a little tidbit. Mm-hmm. So I found out that Nicole Kidman has never had a body double for her nude scenes.
Hmm.
So every time that you see her and she's nudie patootie, that's her. That's her nips.
Oh! That's the trigger word.
That's the trigger word. Nips.
The word of the day.
So yeah, well, cool. So when you see her showering in Big Little Lies and every other scene, that movie that she's in where she's half naked, like eyes wide shut, that's her.
Yeah, like a lot of times, like they'll cut to like they'll show like from here to here, and then they'll cut away, then they'll show from here to here. So like you know that there's like a body double and stuff, and like I think that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. So she's never had a body double. It's always been her.
And she's gorgeous.
I know.
Can I be her? Please?
Yeah, right.
Like right now, on my life.
So, but how about you? What dish did you bring to the table?
Okay. I don't know if you knew this, but her inspiration for working on Big Little Lies with Reese Witherspoon was because there just wasn't a lot of really good female roles. Yeah. And that was like what inspired her. And also, there's a show called Top of the Lake. Do you know it?
I heard about this.
That she was also inspired by that because it's like Big Little Lies, and that it's a big female-led cast.
Yeah.
And it also takes place in Australia. But I heard some like tea on that because the first season was actually from 2013. So,
oh wow!
And the second season's now.
Like, oh my gosh!
Being filmed now or was filmed. Nicole Kidman is in season 2.
Obviously.
But yeah. But apparently, Elizabeth Moss.
Oh yeah, from Mad Men and
she's the lead.
Handmaid's Tale. And
apparently, like they were dropped by the Australia production company because they wanted an all Australian led cast. They didn't want any, and Elizabeth Moss is American, so they were dropped by the production company because she was American.
Huh.
Like that's really interesting because like so many. American films are actually they have British people and, and they just do American accents really well, so I thought it was kind of interesting that they dropped it because of that.
So did they get picked up by somebody else? Okay.
Yeah, by some other company. I don't remember what because I didn't really read too much into it because I didn't want to see any spoilers. I want to watch the show. Let's see what else. Oh, and they approached her so Big Little Lies season 2 comes up. What do you think Celeste is going to do? And she's like, well, Celeste, if this happens, they got to give Celeste time to heal, and it's going to be about healing. And there's also speculation because Leah Moriarty said that she would totally offer some storylines for season 2.
Yeah.
She's not going to write a book.
Okay. She would help with the guide TV them. Show.
Okay. And so people were kind of speculating if it happens, maybe they'll focus on Big Little Lies is on DVD now, so we can talk
it's at Target. I saw it.
Yeah, so we can talk about it.
So I couldn't buy it, but it's there.
It's just theories, so it's not true. But it could focus on the time after the thing with Perry, and but before the beach scene because there's they all kind of come together. And
yeah. That wouldn't have just happened the day after they did that.
So maybe it could focus on that chunk of time.
Well, I would love because it's I know you haven't finished the book yet, but they explain a little bit more about why Bonnie acted the way that she did, besides just seeing people and needing of help. So I would love for kind of maybe Madeline and Jane and Celeste to take a little bit of a back seat. Maybe let Renata and Bonnie, especially Bonnie, take the lead for the next season.
Yeah, I'm loving the book right now. I'd say Madeline's probably my favorite in the book.
Yeah.
In the show, the first time I watched it, it was Renata. She was my favorite. The second time, don't really know. Maybe Jane. Probably Jane.
Yeah.
But I love the book version. We'll do a whole episode on Big Little Lies.
Contrast.
But I really like Maddie. I love her in the show,
Mhm.
but I really like her in the book, like, more.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of differences,
Mhm.
but she's a little bit more feisty, I think, in the book.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. I really hope that there's a season 2. I just want it to be a strong.
I want it
as
to be
season
good.
1.
I don't want them just to do it
Just,
and I
like,
feel like the
no,
whole cast
yeah.
feels like that too.
Mhm.
They're like, I don't want to do it just to do it. I want it to be good.
Yeah, and considering like they're so like passionate about like strong female women, I don't think they'll just like churn out just whatever,
No, just anything.
just to do it.
No.
So that
sorry, I got a yawn.
that's promising. And also, she's an Aquaman, Nicole Kidman. She's gonna be in the Aquaman movie.
Isn't she gonna be like his mom?
I don't know. I didn't know this till yesterday.
I heard like a thing she was gonna be in it, like a princess or a goddess of the sea.
I mean, she's all these things.
So, but like now we know for real that she's the goddess of everything. So, I mean, we knew that, you're right, but now the world will know that.
Yeah, cool.
I
Yeah.
love that.
So she would be Aquaman's mom.
Maybe, I think so.
I don't follow the comic.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
see
either.
it
I didn't even
because-
know he had a mom. I thought he just popped out of a whale or something.
I mean, he might could have. We don't know the story.
Nicole
so.
Kidman does the voice of the whale. That's all we want out of the movie. We don't even want Aquaman.
She's like, I'm the whale. Here are my nips.
It's
It's not a body double.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right.
So, do you have any TT?
Oh, so TTs. So I told you that I had a dream about Robert Pattinson not too long ago, and I've always loved Robert Pattinson ever since I was a young closeted 13-year-old boy who watched Twilight. I loved Robert Pattinson, and I had a dream about him the other night that we were in his apartment, and it was really small too. But we just ate chocolate pudding and were on a date together. We just hung out and talked.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. So like I knew that he was out there, but I hadn't like caught up with him in a while. So I looked him up, and he's in this new movie called A Good Time. I have no idea what the movie's about.
Is this the thing about the dog?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the movie, he has a brother, and that's all I know about. But in this movie, I watched this interview. He thinks he's a dog, or he thinks like he's sexually attracted to dogs. So in the movie, there's a scene where he has to jerk off this dog. And Robert Pattinson was like, I am not going to jerk off this dog.
Mhm.
And the director was like, no, like, just do it. And Robert Pattinson's like, I'm not going to jerk off this dog
No.
for this movie. So they made a fake dog wee-wee.
They should have done that from the start. I
know. And that's what they did.
Ew.
and then PETA, you know, the people from PETA were like, hey, Robert Pattinson, we want to personally thank you for not jerking off this dog for a movie. So I just thought that was the sweetest and funniest thing that I had heard in a while. So yeah, you have a dream about Robert Pattinson and you type his name up on the internet and you find out about dog wieners. So that was a turn of events that I had not expected.
It was actually Peeta Mellark from Hunger Games.
Yeah, it was. He's like, here's some bread and thanks for not jerking off a dog. Whee!
Ew, like, why would you write that in your script? Like, I can understand, like, the story,
Like, if
but
it's the
it
character,
should have
that's
been a
fine.
fake this whole
but
time. It shouldn't have been a real thing. Like, I get, like, authenticity, but something like that, it's like cruelty to animals.
I know. Because apparently the dog is like a breeder, so the guy's like, yeah, you said like rub it inside of his side and he'll, you know, and Robert
Red
Pattinson
Rocket.
Robert Pattinson was like, nah, son, no thanks.
Oh, that's good.
I
Good
know,
on Rob.
so still got that crush on him, still going strong.
He is cute, though.
He is really cute.
He is really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I have, like, a couple of things. Like, there's, like, little fun facts.
Okay.
Less like tea, more fun facts. Okay, Dr. Seuss. I did not know this until a few days ago. This may be, like, a known thing. Dr. Seuss's real name is Theodore Geisel.
That sounds kind of familiar. I
Okay.
knew that Dr. Seuss was his name, but I didn't know what it was.
His first name is Dr. His last name. Theodore Geisel. However, when he would write a book but not illustrate it,
Yeah?
he would be Theo Lessig, which is his last name spelled backwards.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So
I did
anytime
not
you
know that.
Anytime it's like Leseig
Oh, excuse me.
or some kind of spelling like that. So anytime you see Theo Lessig, that's actually Dr. Seuss.
Theo Lestat.
But he's writing and not illustrating.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because, like, I often see, like, kind of like Dr. Seuss, like, kind of illustrations are similar, but it says like Theo Lesage, so maybe it's like someone trying to copy like his style with him as the author. I was like,
interesting.
Fun fact.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that.
This one's kind of sad. This is like in recent news. LeVar Burton, have you heard about him?
No.
He's being sued by the makers of Reading Rainbow.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know if it's PBS or if it's like the actual creators
of Reading Rainbow.
But
no!
I know, like this is awful. Like LeVar has a podcast. It's called I don't know.
Running Rainbow.
Yes, but he advertises as Reading Rainbow for adults, and basically it's a podcast of him reading stories. Cute.
That's the most.
And in the podcast, he uses his catchphrases like, you know, to take my word for it, and I'll see you next time, which are like his phrases from Reading Rainbow.
Okay.
And apparently Reading Rainbow is like SAGs, I guess, are angry and suing him because he's advertising as Reading Rainbow for adults. I guess he doesn't own Reading Rainbow, and like the same with like the catchphrase that he actually probably made up himself.
Does he get money from the podcast though?
I don't know.
Because it's like if he didn't, then just leave it alone. But even still, even if he does, just let it go.
Yeah, he's like LeVar Burton. He's 60 years old, and he's like he's the reason why we watched Reading Rainbow, and he's the reason why we love. I mean, not necessarily the full reason why we love reading,
but definitely a good part of it.
Definitely like influential in all of our lives, and he's like being sued, and it's like, I mean, people are just so like money hungry.
I know, that's ridiculous. I hate that.
But I guess it's like an ongoing thing, so I don't. You know, by the time we put this up, there might be some result, but, right?
That's crap. That's a big old piece of crap.
Yeah. What else? Okay. I think I'm ready for a break.
Okay.
We're going to nip this in the bud.
Little break. Nip. Bing, 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 bing.
So we're going to take a break.
We have a wiener.
Oh yeah, refill this wine because it's good.
Yeah, this is really good wine. You picked a good one.
Yeah, I picked
19 Crimes. It's legal.
I like wine for like the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
That's like why I'm drawn to a lot of wine.
Pictures first, taste second.
Mm-hmm.
Cost is like in the middle.
Okay, cool. We're gonna take a break. Bye.
Bye. Like
like here. Let's see. We can go like really close and be like, turn these things on.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll keep this on. Bye.
Oh yeah.
Is that sensitive to? Oh, cool! It looks like we have like little things in our head.
It's like from Home Alone.
Wait, what?
Remember from Home Alone?
Toboggans in the snow. Okay, cool. I think that we have. Oh, you can do that one. Cool. I think we got some good material.
Ooh.
Spooked yet?
Ah.
You're quaking? That's a new thing.
Quaking with fear.
You quake?
You
like
shiver
shook.
with anticipation.
I was choked.
Oh.
Okay. So we're gonna like talk about stuff that happened to us and just like weird stories. And
Yeah,
stuff
like
that.
weird paranormal-y type things. So.
Yeah. Do you want to go first or me?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. I'll go first with a story that doesn't actually involve me, but it's a story I've been following on Twitter. There's an artist named Adam Ellis. You probably, if you have Facebook, you've seen his comics before. But apparently he was having a sleep paralysis episode, and during the sleep paralysis episode at night several months ago, he saw like a boy in a rocking chair at the foot of his bed, and if you've had a sleep paralysis episode, you kind of see things that are a little weird, and so the boy was like in the rocking chair and he kind of started to go up towards him, and that's when he woke up and he was like freaking out. And then like a few days later he was visited in a dream by this girl, and it was in the library for some reason. I don't know why that detail is very specific. But she's like, so I hear you were visited by dear David. And he's like, I I don't know who that is. And she's like, the boy that was at your bed. And she's like, yeah, and dear David only comes at midnight. You can ask him 2 questions. If you ask him 3 questions, he will try to kill you. And so it's like, okay. And so then he has a dream. Dear David sees him or whatever, and I don't know if it's he was dreaming it or having like another episode or not. I don't remember specifically. But he asks Dear David, like, where did you die? Dear David said, I died in the store. Then he's like, how did you die? Dear David's like, a shelf fell on my head. And he forgot that you're not allowed to ask 3 questions, but he asked the 3rd question, like, who did it, or, who killed you? So that happened, and there was, like, I guess some time had passed, and he was, I guess, like, having feelings and stuff like that, but he actually moved to the apartment above his, and he wasn't, like, bothered or anything, so he figured that Dear David, was confused and
left him?
Yeah. But recently, at midnight, the cats, he has like 3 or 4 cats, they've been waiting at the door at midnight, at exactly midnight, just like staring, just like looking at the door, and he opens the door and there's no one there.
No.
Bye.
We gotta burn the building to the ground.
And so, like, he's been like tweeting like these, like, the stuff about what's been going on, and I guess he bought a Ouija board, and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to use it,
No, don't.
You're not supposed to, but I think he was just kind of, like, messing with people.
We got one of those in at work, by the way.
Cool. Spooky, though.
Yep.
And, I guess he's been doing some, like, EVP work, like, he has this, like, thing on his phone that whenever there's a sound, it records it, and there was, like, 30 recordings over one night or something.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he posted some of them on Twitter, but I didn't listen to them. So that's, like, freaky, and
that's really freaky.
Yeah, it's like an ongoing thing now. Like, this cats will, at midnight, will go and sit at the door, and he took a picture of, like, the peephole. I don't know if you saw that picture or not.
No.
But, like, you can see, like a fog, like, and then a second later, there's nothing there. I mean... And people are like, is your carbon monoxide detector working? Because I guess... that can make you, like, hallucinate and stuff. He's like, no, it's working fine. But that's pretty spooky.
Yeah, it is spooky.
Like, I think, like, the internet is, like, obsessed with this story.
Yes.
Because he said, like, Rachel Dratch reached out to him and was like, oh, I hope you're okay. And he is an artist, and he's like, this isn't some kind of, like, publicity stunt. This is, like, legit. And he's like, this ghost is trying to kill me. I don't think, necessarily is trying to kill him, but... it's definitely scary, and he posted a picture on his Twitter about what, like, the dent. Cause
I saw that, what he, like, drew, he saw.
Yeah, I mean, in his style, not, like, a super realistic, but just kind of what he looked like through his, like, comics and stuff. I want to know what's happening.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Like, I'm waiting for him to say, just kidding, this is all a joke, but I don't know.
That's either going to happen, or it's going to be a report that he was found dead. Like, I hope that's not the case.
Right.
But...
I think it's legit, though. I don't think he's making it up to just, get followers. I mean, it's working if it is fake, because people are, following him and stuff like that. And he was, like, even famous before this, so it's not like he was just, like, some nobody, because, I mean, his comics are all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's a spooky thing. That's not involving me, but...
That's so spooky, but we like spooky here.
Yeah, you like the spooky stories.
We spooky stories.
Do you want to tell one of your stories?
Sure. So, this happened a long time ago. To be honest, I don't even remember how old I was. I was probably 11 or 12. And nobody believed me for the longest time, mainly just because of what area it happened in. But in my neighborhood, I live in the suburbs, and I live in a cul-de-sac. And... it makes, like, I don't know what shape it is. It's like, it's a long stretch of road, and there's all these houses borderline here. Well, my house is, like, here, and then over here, there's a couple houses, but there's woods. It's actually...
Is that this house?
Yeah, this is this house.
We should go out there.
Yeah, like, the woods are right over there.
I have my camera, we should go out there.
Like, yeah, like, the woods are just over there. It's just those 2 houses down.
Done.
So... it goes my house, and then our neighbor, and then the house over here. There's 2 houses over here. So... around this time when I was 11 or 12, during the summer and stuff, me and my brothers would go back there in those woods because there's like a little trail, and there's a house that's back there that a guy lives in, but it's not associated with our cul-de-sac crooked tree. It's just a house that lives back there. So one day, I was comfortable enough to go by myself, and I wasn't scared because there wasn't anything back there. We'd never seen anything, but both my brothers were doing something else. So I just thought, I'm a big boy. I'm gonna go. I'm bored. Don't want to stay in the house. I will go by myself. So when you walk into the woods, you can either go left or right, and there's, like I said, like a path. So I went left. So I'm walking, and then more. It's like like the path keeps going, but if you turn left a little bit, there's like a little, like, it's like a little mini circle that you can go into. So I went in there, and I was kind of looking around, doing whatever, and then. So once I leave this little circle, if I turn left, I'm going to go further into the woods, and if I turn right, I would head the way back to get out. While as I'm about to turn left, like where I am, diagonal, I see this big, hairy thing that's like pawing at this tree. Like it's like scratching at this tree. Like, and I see that it's super tall, and I was a kid, so it was probably like 7 feet something. And I see it, and my mind just says, run, Kyle, just run. So I turn right to leave, and I book it. I don't make a noise. I don't turn behind me. I had seen enough horror movies at that point to not turn around, just to run. I don't do anything. I just keep running until I'm out of the woods, out between the neighbors' yards, and I'm on the asphalt, and I see my brother at the end of the other cul-de-sac playing with his friends, and I'm like, Josh, 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 Josh. I get him. Of course, when we go there, nothing is there. There's nothing there, of course. So I told my dad this, because he loves Bigfoot stories, and I am not claiming here and now that I saw the Bigfoot.
It's Ohio Grassman.
It's a what?
Ohio Grassman.
Oh, is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then, I saw something that was big and tall and hairy, and there's no hairy men in our neighborhood, so that wasn't what it was. And, so I'm not claiming I saw the Bigfoot, but I saw something in that family, and I told my dad it, and he didn't believe me, even though he loves those things. So, years later, when I graduated high school back in 2012, I had my graduation party that summer. For some reason, that story came back up, and that night after my party, when everybody left, it was probably like sunset. There was still light out. Me and my dad went back in those woods, and I really hadn't gone back in there since I was a kid. I had gone in there afterwards, and nothing else. I never saw anything or whatever. So me and my dad went back out there, and in the area where I saw it, there was the creature. There was this like little structure, and Bigfoot creatures are known for making these little wood these like little things out of wood. And this isn't a picture of the one that we saw. I'm just gonna pull one up on.
Is it kind of like a tumbleweed?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
Ohio Grassman.
I don't. Oh, that doesn't show up at all.
I can. If you send me the picture, I'll put it on the screen.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. So so that way you guys can kind of get a visual. But it looked old. It didn't look like a new one. So my dad was like, "That's kind of freaky. These creatures are known for making those things." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't lie. That's what happened to me." So that was my first thing that I ever saw by myself. And of course, everybody thought I was the crazy girl in the village because I was like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding! There's monsters!" So, but yeah,
That's Ohio Grassman. I'm pretty convinced because like that's what their like structures look like.
Yeah,
they're kind of like little tumbleweeds. That's what I explain them as. But Ohio Grassman is pretty much like Ohio Bigfoot.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, there's a show called not Monster Squad, Monster Quest, and they have a whole episode devoted to.
Is that one on Animal Planet, or something like that?
It's like National Geographic, like one of those kind of channels.
Okay.
You can probably find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
But they talk about their structures and they look just like that.
So, woohoo!
we should go out and do like a dramatic recreation. Like
yes.
I'll be the beast and you be.
And I'm like on my knees because I was a little kid. I'm like, ah.
I'll be clawing. I'm 7 foot tall. I'm clawing at the thing. Like, get out of my home. I have a camera, so we'll do this.
Cool. You have a Shrek voice for some reason. Get out of my swamp.
Donkey. Yeah, it wasn't really that good.
Yes, I love that.
All right. I guess we'll kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll just bounce back and forth.
I have actually had sleep paralysis before. It happened. I want to say like 6 years ago.
That's scary.
But I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was happening. So it wasn't like I was influenced by something like, hey, I saw this in a movie. No, I think I'm having. I didn't know that it was a thing that people had. But it was really interesting because my friend Josh, like we bonded over like some sad times in our life. Like his best friend passed away, and I got out of a really sad a good relationship. And it was a great relationship, but I was really sad because it was broken off. Definitely like different kinds of losses, but I guess we kind of formed our friendship off of like our own like grieving and stuff like that. So I never met his friend. His friend's name was Ben, and I'd seen pictures of him and stuff. But I obviously didn't meet him or anything because we bonded like kind of after that whole thing happened. And I remember like whenever we'd go places, the seatbelt thing in his car would go off, and he said that it would only go off when Ben was in his car.
Huh.
And it went off when I was sitting in the seat that Ben would always sit in. So I'm like, uh-oh.
Huh.
Not that I thought that, if he was like a ghost or like some kind of spirit. I don't think he was like threatened, but then at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah.
But in my sleep paralysis episode, I was in my bed, and Ben was there, and he was like pushing down on my chest, like pushing down, and like I'm like gasping, trying to like call for help because I have no idea what's happening. I think I'm dying. Like I legit thought I was dying, because I couldn't breathe, and like Ben was like pushing down on my chest, and like I saw him, even though I'd never actually seen him before. I'd seen him in pictures, but he was there, and finally, like when I regained consciousness or whatever it is, like when you like get up from like that, I was like too afraid to go back to sleep. I was like crying. It was awful.
That's horrifying.
Like a lot of people when they have sleep paralysis, they see like a little like demon, like a black figure kind of thing, in the corner of their room. But Ben was there, and I mean, I don't know, but they say like a lot of sleep paralysis episodes are due to stress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't really feel like stress more than normal, but
yeah.
but it's the only time that's ever happened to me. And I'm thankful for it because I'd never want that to happen to anybody. I mean, it does happen, but it was funny because I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what was happening to my body. And like a couple years later, there was a movie called it's on Netflix. What's it called?
The Nightmare.
Yes.
I just watched that.
And like I was encountering these things that were like happening. I had to turn it off because it was like too triggering for me. I was like, this is too real. I can't. But then I realized that it was a real thing, and it happens to people all the time. I mean, not every person ever,
but still a lot.
It was scary. Like when I was reading about the guy's sleep paralysis, Adam Ellis, I was like, I mean,
you're like neat.
I was like, I know what that's like, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I just remember like trying to say help, like calling help so my sister could hear me, but it was like nothing was coming out. It was like whispers. That's spooky.
That is freaking spooky.
Don't be stressed out so you have sleep
paralysis. That's like extra spicy spooky.
Like it's like a feeling that I can't even like describe properly. Like it's just like it was a lot more than like pushing down. Like I like pushing like the air out of my lungs. Like I couldn't. And like I kind of wish I had like seen myself so I could probably laugh about it now. But it was I thought I was gonna die. I mean. Well, just like look at me like probably flailing around. But I just remember like when I woke up or whatever, I just like sat up and I started crying like crazy, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening to me, and I was like, am I gonna die?
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
But the plot twist, I'm alive. And now I'm probably gonna have like sleep paralysis tonight because we're talking about it so much. I'm like, great.
No.
I'll update on that next time.
I'm like, it's actually just me because you died.
I don't wish that upon like my worst enemy. No. Not that I really have one, but I just don't want anyone to ever have to encounter that.
No.
Like, I'm dying.
Oh, man.
Bye. But I actually have a friend who's had it twice. And I was like, it was the worst thing ever, encountering it one time. I can't imagine, like, it happening twice. I don't know, maybe if it happens twice, maybe since you already know what's happening, it's not scary. I don't think that's true.
I think, I don't think that's anything
I don't think you're really,
like,
you're thinking about it. It's just, like,
oh my gosh.
But like actually I had a professor, my psychology professor in college, he's had it happen several times, and he saw this like, he described it as like this weird like troll-like figure in the corner of his room with like a giant smile. Bye. A lot of people say they see the Hat Man, which is like a man in a top hat.
That's what they talked about in the thing.
In what thing?
In the Nightmare, that documentary.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you guys should, I mean, if you want, watch that.
But like, it's weird that so many people are seeing like the same kind
thing.
of thing.
It looked like a Puritan guy almost. it makes me think of stories about how people saw the devil, which was the man in the black, which makes my knees quiver with fear because that is horrifying. Quaking. I'm quaked. Instead of shook, I'm quaked.
Yeah.
Like, no.
But I definitely saw, like, the guy Ben, or, like, some kind of, like, version of him. But I don't know. I don't really feel like he meant ill will towards me, so maybe it was just, like, a demon that wanted to
scare you,
have that look or something. I don't know. I mean, it was scary anyway. Like, if it was just, like, a baby doing it, it would still be scary.
Goo goo gaga.
But yeah, he said my professor said every time he saw this, like, this giant smile, and that's, like, all he would pay attention to. I'm like, bye, that's scary.
No. Take a flamethrower to that house.
It's just like a really interesting thing, and I did one of my college essays on, like, sleep paralysis, and, like, I know this subject very well, even though it's still, like, mysterious.
Yeah.
It's not, like, I mean, it's still being, like, studied and stuff. It's not like there's a cure for it. But that's one of my stories. Do you want to tell your other story?
Sure. So I went to Ohio University for 2 years, which is in Athens, Ohio, which is about 3 hours from where I live now. But when I was a freshman, I was an English major, and in the Ellis building. Well, let me backtrack real quick. So Athens University is known for being one of the most haunted universities, like, I don't think in the world, but at least in Ohio or America.
Probably in the country.
Probably in the country. There was an insane asylum there forever, and at least until like the 1980s or 70s, and then now it's an art gallery, and they use it for offices and stuff like that, so it's not in use anymore. But anywho, so there's when a college has been around for over 200 years, spooky things are going to happen. So I was in the Ellis building, which was the English building, and that building by itself was over 100 years old. So I went to go use the bathroom in between classes, and I go in there, and there's nobody in there. And when you walk into the bathroom, to the left were stalls, and to the right was the urinals, and then the sink and the mirrors were on the right, but furthest against the wall. And sorry, tree. And there was no they didn't have the overhead lights on. There was two big windows in there, which was enough to. There was more than enough light from the windows for natural light to see. So I'm using the urinal, and I hear the door open, but I'm closest to the sink, so I can't see out of the corner of my eye the door open. I just hear it open. So I hear the door open, and if you're a dude, you know that when you go in the urinal, if somebody walks past you, you see their shadow go across you on the wall. So I hear the door open, see the shadow go across, and then I hear the stall door open and then close, but then I don't hear anything, and I think, oh, well, it's probably just some kid who has to poop, and he's just embarrassed, and he doesn't want to poop. But I don't hear jingling of, like, a book bag. I don't hear jingling of, like, a zipper or a belt. I don't hear anything. It's completely quiet. So I was like, man, he must really be, like...
You have, like, a glass up to your ear.
I'm like, I got my Nancy Drew magnifying glass and everything, and I was like, man, that's really quiet. So I wash my hands and go about my business, and I still don't hear anything. So I got a little snoopy, and I checked underneath the stalls, and I didn't see any legs. So then, when I knew for sure that nobody was in there, but I had to check, I pushed open all the stalls. There was only 2 or 3, and there was nobody in there. So, I don't know if maybe it was a dead student or a dead professor, like, oh, had that Taco Bell, gotta go potty. But, so that was just kind of, it wasn't scary, I wasn't scared, it was just like, cool, I had a little occupant in here with me, so.
Like, actually, the plot twist was, like, they were so embarrassed that they decided to, like, sit on the toilet with their feet up on it, too, so you think that no one was in there.
Yeah, they and actually
then, like, you're, like, open it up, you're like, surprise, you're like, and they just, like, poop all over themselves.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I was there, it was me.
Oh, cool. They actually, like, they hid on the ceiling, so I went and find them, like Spider-Man, like,
oh my gosh, ew, how freaky would that be?
I look up, they're like, ah!
There was this one time I was in the bathroom at Target, and there was, like, a little girl that was in there with their mom, and her mom went to sit down and, like, sat down on the toilet, and I guess just kind of, like, left the girl that she was with, like, there, and the girl was just like,
oh no,
and, like, peeked underneath, like, the front of the stall, and I was like, oh, hello, and the mom was like, oh my gosh, whoever you are, whatever your name was, like, stepped in, I was like, oh. That was embarrassing.
The little girl's like, praise me.
And it wasn't, like, weird, but it was kind of like, oh, hello, bye, and go in the bathroom here. It was like when I worked at Target. It was like the best day ever when I decided that when I first went poop there.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess girls are a little bit more like secretive, except guys are too. I guess it just.
I don't
depends on the
know.
person.
I went to public school. Guys were pretty open when they pooped and those things and farted and did whatever.
I guess like some are just a little more shy about it, and that's fine. But like, I don't know. It's just like
shy.
When I could finally poop at work, I was like, I did it!
Yay!
I did it.
Gold star for
I
you.
still haven't pooped at our location now.
I've done it a few times. Sometimes you.
Well, if I have to, I'm going to. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, I'm just going to clench my butt cheeks until I get home.
I'm just going to make myself pass out from pure pain until I absolutely have to.
That's probably why I don't go out to eat a lot at work, because if I use food I know is safe, then I'm fine.
Yeah, but...
When I get home, I was like, get me to the bathroom! No!
No survivors!
It's a photo finish!
Oh, God.
That's happened a couple of times, but not lately. Not lately, as in, like, within the last month.
We'll have to do a whole poop story
episode.
I
got a lot.
Poop stories are fun.
Had a lot of poop in me.
Yeah. Because we're full of crap.
Yeah, I am.
You know it.
It's stinky, too.
That's why my eyes are brown.
Oh my gosh, reminds me of my dad. We went to go see my nephew like perform, and my nephew has brown eyes, and he was asking. My dad was asking him very loudly, "Do you have poop in your eyes? Because your eyes are brown." My dad's like 70 years old, and he acts like a child, and he's awesome. I love my dad.
I can't wait to meet your dad.
But he just speaks very loudly, and it was just so embarrassing. So we're at like this like really nice like theater, and he's like, "Poop in your eye. That's why they're brown." I'm like, oh my god.
And then there was a fear of like pink eye outbreaks. Everybody fled the building.
So I did have like pink eye recently.
I had pink eye a couple years ago. It was awful.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the spooky thing. Except poop is kind of spooky.
Poop can be spooky, especially when it comes out like liquid fire. But
yeah.
That's another tale for another day. This is spooky time, not poopy time.
That's our catchphrase.
Spooky, not poopy.
That's our catchphrase for October.
Yep, spooky, not poopy. Poopy.
Nippies. Nipples.
Nip, nip, get shook.
Nip, 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 nip.
Nickelodeon, nip, nip.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to talk about a story that happened to me. It was probably about 10 years ago, maybe more.
Cool, I was 12.
I was old enough to drink. But I was coming home. It was like really late at night, and I was coming home with a friend, and he dropped me off. Like we were at the, like he was about ready to let me out of the car. And
is this like he dropped you off at your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like he parked like right in front of us so I could get out and go in, and it was late. I think it was like 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know. It was just
the witching
super
hour.
late. Yeah, and there was like an awning outside my bedroom, and I saw like a humanoid, like a white face.
What's a humanoid?
Like, not like a figure that was kind of like that's like human, kind of, but it's not human.
Okay.
Like has like arms, legs, but it has like features of a person, but it's not a person.
No.
Yeah. Like, yeah. But I saw a white face, black eyes, and the moon was out, so it was like shining right on it, and it was on a hood, so I could see like this much of their face, and I thought it was like my dad or my mom like playing. Not really my mom playing a joke on me, but I thought maybe it was my dad. Like, hey, you're out late, But like I saw it, and then my friend saw it too. He's like, "Don't look up there." I was like, "I already did." And I was like, I'm afraid to go inside my house because this figure was like right outside my bedroom door or window. Bedroom door, my window. And I was like terrified, but it just freaked me out that he saw it too, without even me saying like I see that. And so I was like, you have to walk me to the door. I'm too afraid. And so like you walk me to the door, and like now every time I come home, I look.
Oh my
up there
god!
first.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be anything, but it kind of makes me think of like. Back in the day, when we didn't have a traffic light at our intersection, it was like a 4-way stop, and people don't follow directions when they're at 4-way stops. So there's a lot of accidents. There was an accident at least once a month or once a week. And it got to the point where, like, we almost had, like, 911 speed dial. I mean, it's just 3 numbers, but, you know, and they would send ambulances and stuff. There was one time that I remember very, very clear. There was, like, these juggalos.
There's what?
Juggalos.
What?
ICP. Do you know who ICP is?
No. What? Huh?
Okay, ICP is, like, a rap group, and they have, like, followers. They're called juggalos.
Are those clown things? Oh, yeah. Okay.
But there was, like, they were in a Volkswagen Bug, and they got into an accident, and the car, like, went in circles. Like,
oh my gosh.
And I think they all died, and they were, like, teenagers. Or
were they wearing, like, the makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they had white faces with black things on their eyes, and, you know, the makeup, the juggalo
Insane
makeup.
Clown Posse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
now
ICP.
I know what you're talking about.
But I mean, I don't think it was like their spirit, but I mean, there was a lot of death that happened like right outside my house.
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, I mean,
there
that's
was there was something there that was not human, like real, like you and me real.
Yeah.
It had like just like the shape of a human.
I mean, but that's like
human.
a plausible explanation, though. I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like the whole like rake, which do you know what the rakes are?
I've heard of a wraith, but
rakes. It's kind of like something from creepypasta, so it's I don't think it's like legit real or anything, but it kind of looked like that. I'll show you. But with like a hood.
Cool. I can't wait to not sleep tonight.
Look up Google rake creature. RAKE.
No.
Like
no. No.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just like that, but that's kind of like, I saw like a video on rakes and stuff like that, and I was like, that looks like what I saw. It wasn't like a tiny, like, little creature. It was like a creature like the size of you and me. And, yeah, every time I come home, I have to look up there, like, first, like, day or night, because it freaks me out.
Neat.
Yeah.
Huh?
On that note, I have other stories, but I don't think I'm going to tell them right now. Save them for another time.
Okay.
Because we're going to try to do more of these. If you guys want more videos more often, let us know.
Yeah, like we said like once a month,
yeah.
But we figured for like special occasions and stuff we would do more. Like since we love October, Halloween time, we wanted to do a couple for Halloween in October at least. Like this was our spooky ghost paranormal one, but I want to do one about like the occult and witches and stuff like that, and just different folklore maybe type things. And how that is like in media. I think that'd be pretty great. But yeah, if you guys have like suggestions, let us know, or what you want to hear more of or less of.
Yeah,
or,
if you want to be on the show, let us know too. Maybe you'll be on.
They're like, actually, we want everything that's the same, but you guys just not on it.
Just take over and like
it's
just like a box of rocks, just like more entertaining than we are.
Yes.
For like an hour or 2 hours. Cool. I think we should probably close this now because it's been almost an hour.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Nip this in the butt. Nip.
Nip.
We're gonna try to incorporate nip into like every episode.
Yeah,
I guess we didn't do it.
It's a good power word. So.
Yeah, it's like the Pee-wee's Playhouse, like the word of the day.
Is that what they do?
I think so.
Okay, something like that. Maybe not as horrifying, but.
All right, sleep well, y'all.
All right, bye. Yeah, with that note, sweet dreams.
Dream of the rakes coming at you.
Yeah.
And think about it happening to me in real life. All right, bye.
Bye.
There's the tree.
Yep, there it is.
Woo.
The infamous tree. Yeah. Man, this is really all overgrown.
Look at all that over there.
Yeah, so that's where the clearing was, but it got all filled.
Is that where you saw like the little tumbleweed things?
So, no, the tumbleweed thing was actually over there.
Oh, like where you saw?
Where we actually saw the actual thing.
So,
well, where I saw it.
I was there too. I was actually the Sasquatch.
Cool. You just shrunk over all the years.
Nothing there now. They must have vacated the area. They got caught.
Yep. Little chubby 12-year-old boy climbing out.
Yahoo!